Hello, everybody. It's Lonnie Reed, and I'm here at BCTV it's going to be fun. We're talking to our brand new first selectman, Josh Brooks, who just got elected. And Josh has been on the RTM for several years and has a business in town and really gets involved with lots of things and lots of issues. And he's really concerned now of how to connect people who are contacting him with nonprofit opportunities, with things they can do to help, because that's the kind of town that Brantford is. So, Josh Brooks, welcome.
Hi,
and tell
Lonnie.
us about what's up.
I'm very excited about my new job, and I'm looking forward to some of the challenges that I'm going to be presented with. But I wanted to take this minute, like you say, a lot of people, especially this time of year, reach out to me, and whether it's formally or informally, just how can I get involved? And sometimes I have the answers and sometimes I don't. So I thought, what a great opportunity to take a half hour or so to introduce the public to ways that they can get involved and the people behind the scenes that are helping facilitate that. One of my big things is I want to start really doing a lot of outreach to the public about the goings on in Brantford. So maybe we'll do a bi-weekly that's a little much, but bi-monthly event where we can have conversations directly with people. But I thought this is the best way to start that process, is to let people know how they can get involved in helpful ways in the community.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. It always amazed me when I was in the legislature that because, our nonprofits, they talk about themselves, but so many people still feel they're not quite sure how to begin it all. So I think this is really an important thing to do.
Yeah, and I think it'll be really helpful for people. I mean, I know my wife and I are constantly searching for ways to help. And, maybe the way we used to help isn't there anymore. Maybe it's been a number of years and we don't 100% remember how to help. So this is just sort of a way for people to reconnect or connect for the first time to some of these organizations that are doing great work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just sort of embellishing what you said. I mean, I think one of the things that I discover is sometimes you're busy and you give money, and you love what's happening in these organizations. But now maybe you're retired and maybe you have time. And wow, it would be great to really connect and to figure out how to do that, and then to really understand what an incredible experience that is. That's a whole new level of really feeling that you're doing something positive and you're getting a lot back for that. In terms of really feeling, that the community is moving forward, and people are being helped, and it's a feel good experience.
Yeah, I mean, giving back is even, sort of behind the scenes or in an unsung way, really is fulfilling for a lot of people. I know it is for me. And so, the more opportunities we have to do that, and especially this time of year, right? There's people out there that struggle, and maybe you don't, but you want to do everything you can to help those that are struggling this time of year as a way of giving back. And it's almost like giving yourself a gift to do that. So hopefully this will help people, and at least we're doing our part today.
Yeah, I know that. There's so much demand now for food among people who didn't have problems before, given what's going on nationally and internationally. And I know that Jay Andrews is here. Did you want to?
Yeah, Jay Andrews is here with the Brantford Food Pantry, so I'd love to get her in and let you hear in her words.
Okay, that'd be great. So hello.
Hello. So yeah.
So are you, I mean, I actually took some stuff. I usually send a check because I'm running up
We
to
like that
Hartford or
too.
something, but I brought a whole bunch of tuna fish and stuff over, and it was so wonderful to be. I had to stand in a line. There were so many wonderful people who wanted to give and wanted to be there to give. And are you noticing that more? Is that
Oh
happening more
yeah.
now?
Oh, absolutely. This community has been outstanding in the last month, especially. I have never seen donations like this, and I've been in food insecurity, well, longer than I'd like to admit. But yeah, no, the local community, both financially and with food donations, is just they've woken up. They've all just said this: there's something wrong. People are going hungry, and they're looking to help. And it's all sorts of people. It's not just poor people all laying on the streets. It's working people. People come in scrubs. I mean, they've come right out of work, and they come. We look to provide supplemental groceries. We can't possibly feed everybody every day, but what we are aiming to do is give them the eggs, the butter, some meat, some produce, some shelf stable food, something so that they can have food. And then if they need something extra, they can go to the store and get it. We don't have everything, but it frees up some cash for them to buy the other groceries and to help pay for their heat, their electricity, which, as we all know, is very high around here. So that's our kind of goal, and just to make sure some people have food, we delivered what we call Thanksgiving baskets to. We took 370 odd requests this November just for Thanksgiving. We expect to do about 75% of that at Christmas. It's usually a little slower. And we provide a bird, whether it's a turkey, chicken, or turkey breast. It's important to give that option because lots of people don't have the ability to cook a turkey, or frankly don't need it. But so yeah, we provide the whole feast for them for the holidays and everything. But it goes on after that, January. But so we needed a lot of volunteers for that. And we rely on a lot of historical volunteers for Thanksgiving. But we need volunteers all the time. We have a lot of people coming in, and it's just the more people we have, the easier the work is. We're spreading it out now over additional days, and we need people that can drive a van. We need people that can do deliveries. We need people that speak Spanish. That would be awesome. People that can lift. It's heavy work. A lot of it's very heavy work. And as I say, the community's been great. On the day we did our Thanksgiving distribution, basically unannounced, over 3,300 pounds of food were donated. They were killing me with kindness. We were just taking in donation after donation after donation, which is wonderful. We are stuffed right now.
Yeah.
And it's the way we like to go in because as I say, we're doing this whole basket thing again in December. And our numbers are up by about 20 to 25% over the last couple of months, not just overall. I mean, we've seen unprecedented numbers of people come in. So we look for volunteers all the time. People call us, leave messages. They go to our website, contact us through that, BranfordFoodPantry.org. There's also another website, BranfordVolunteers.org, which is celebrating their first anniversary this year, coming year. And that's a great site. And it's not just for us. They encourage every nonprofit in town to list what they need quite specifically, actually, so that if you're looking for something, you can go there and just scroll through, see if there's anything that ticks all the boxes for you, or at least some of them. Not every volunteer opportunity works for every person. It's a matter of personality. And so we are looking, the one thing we're looking for mostly in volunteers is someone who will commit, not someone who just says, it's Tuesday, I think I'll go help the food pantry.
Yeah.
No, it's on Tuesday, the food pantry's waiting for you to show up. So it's good because it makes you, especially if you've just retired or just moved to town like I did, it gives you some place where you need to be, a purpose, somewhere to go, to meet people, get involved in the community. My predecessor, who unfortunately passed away this year, Wendy Coles, when I contacted her in 2016, she just said, oh, come on down. And I said, what made you say yes to me? Because I'd heard her turn away other people. And she said, well, you wanted to get involved with the community, and that's what we need, people who want to work with the community. So that's what we're looking for in particular. We have lots of places because of the demand, have expanded our operations a little bit. Pickups are on other days. We pick up from grocery stores, food drives. So beyond volunteering, if people want to volunteer, to run a food drive in their neighborhood, my neighborhood, not related to me, someone else does it, does one every 3 months. Small neighborhood food drive. Brings in food. They ask us every time what we need. We tell them, and they put it out to all the neighbors, and they collect it, and we bring it in. So organizing small food drives, monetary donations are always wonderful. But if you're looking to get involved, then it takes a little more personal effort, and that's the volunteering time, the organizing time. If anybody out there is a tech genius, I would love to talk to them, because none of us are.
And so say that, two things. Say that website again, and what is a phone number? Because like myself, I'm not as tech savvy with the web stuff. So some people would prefer to call. So what is the website again, and what is the phone number people can reach out to you
The
with?
phone number is 203-481-3663, and that's our office number. You will likely get a machine, unless we happen to be sitting in the office, because we don't man the office. We're 100% volunteer, first of all. So there's nobody that we pay to sit in the office and answer phones. It's only when someone's in the food pantry itself. So leave a message. We will get back to you. It may take a day or two. Don't be discouraged. So yeah, that's the phone number, 203-481-3663. But also, if you are even remotely tech savvy, you can go to BranfordFoodPantry.org. That's our website. You can contact us through that. You can see what we need if you're looking to do a food drive. There's a lot of information there. You just scroll through it. There's also a donate button, but if you're looking to work with us, that's a good place to go. And the other place, and this is town-wide, would be BranfordVolunteers.org.
Well, that's great. I actually learned a little something while I was sitting here. If I spoke Spanish, I'd be coming to you to offer those services. So I appreciate your time.
No problem.
We're going to talk to a couple other people, but I think this will be really helpful for people. So thank you
hope
so
so.
much.
And at least now people know we have a food pantry.
Right.
It's a big help. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Appreciate
Jay.
it.
Jay.
Okay.
Thanks for all the
All
work
right.
you do.
Oh, my pleasure.
So now let's bring in Peter Semino
Semino.
from the Branford Counseling Center and let him give us a couple words about what he has going on.
Okay. Peter Semino,
Lonnie,
come on in.
I feel like I'm on a game show. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
Really well. How are you, Peter?
I'm good. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. How is I think about you, and I think about our counseling center and how long we've had that asset, and that the town also contributes to it. That we've created something for this community, and I just think about how much sadness there is out there now, and I'm wondering if you're feeling that. I mean, sadness, confusion, anger, fear. Suicidal thoughts, all of that. Is that coming your way?
Yeah, I think it is. I think what's happening on a national scene is affecting what's happening on a local scene, unfortunately, and people are beginning to feel that. I think unfortunately, it's going to get a little bit more worse as we see more changes that are coming in. We've been around for 50 plus years, and we are a town department, so the town does fund us. We're broken down into two areas, the behavioral health section of it and also the social services section of it. Social services, we're really busy. We got people that are contacting us. They're having difficulties with paying their rents. They're having difficulties with buying food. They're having difficulties in just managing their life overall. Their car doesn't work. They can't go to work. Just so many things that we're seeing now, which is out of control. which is unfortunate. The good part about this time of the year is that we do help people through our Secret Santa program. And what we've done these past couple of years is collect cards, gift cards, and then we give them to the families that qualify. Everybody that comes in, we vet them out to make sure that they're going to be able to fit into our criteria. And that helps them in so many ways, especially if they have a lot of kids. You know, the burden of buying food, paying the rent, and then having a successful Christmas, especially for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our busy time right now in collecting, and we got a lot of donors. I mean, Brantford is such a wonderful town in helping the people in this town. It's amazing how comprehensive that we are in doing something like this. So we're on a roll. We're almost close to giving them out because we want to give them out before Christmas so that people can go shopping for their kids.
And Peter, what is the best way? You know, I'm going to go out and get some gift cards for you because I try to do that every year. And what is the best way that, you know, somebody, they want to go get some gift cards, they want to get involved. What is their best course of action to get involved?
To get involved in with the Secret Santa program is to buy the gift cards.
Right,
So
but how do I get it to you?
Just drop it off at the office.
Okay.
It's probably the best way. So we ask people to go to Walmart, Target, anything that's local here, Kohl's. And if we can get them in $50 increments, that'd be great. In our office, we're there from 8 until 7 every day, except for Fridays we close at 5. They could just drop them off at our office. And then we have a person in there that takes them. And then we make sure that we record them, and then we decide where they're going to go.
And that office is on Harbor Street.
342 Harbor Street.
I don't know the number. I just know where it
342
is.
Harbor Street. Some of the old timers, they used to go to school there.
Yes.
The old Harbor Street School.
Okay, and but they can also connect in the future and beyond, to help, because I do know that you guys do a lot with your donations account. Is that something they can also find through the BrantfordVolunteers.org?
No, we're not listed on the BrantfordVolunteers.org because I think that's more reserved for people that have nonprofits. Okay, since we're a town agency,
Right. So how would a person, aside from the holidays, maybe they want to give some money to some of those services that you provide? How would somebody go about doing that?
I think we list on the website, the town website, some of the activities we do. Like we have the Patty Andreal Family Day,
Right.
Which is in September. We do the Secret Santa. We used to do a holiday dinner, but that kind of got out of too big for us to do that. So we don't do that anymore. So they can help by giving us some donations, because especially one for the Family Day one, we get rides and we get entertainment for the kids. The other thing we started to do, and this is our second year, another fundraiser, is we have a baseball or a softball tournament with the police and the fire. We do that at Foot Park, and we also bring in different activities for the kids. We give them free food. Everything's free. As on the Family Day, everything is free. We don't expect anybody to pay anything. So they can help out by giving some donations, or they can help in volunteering on those days, which would be, I think in May we do the softball game, and in September we do the Family Day.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter. I look forward to getting you some gift cards, which I will do later this week, to 344 Harbor Street.
342 Harbor Street.
342 Harbor Street. I used to have an office there. You'd think I'd remember.
Well, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but I don't think anybody ever told me the address. I just knew where it was.
Oh my God, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's
We'll
true
talk
for a
some
lot
about
of
that.
people, though. You're on your way to the Big Y, and you take a right turn at
Right.
Harbor instead of left to the
Yeah.
beach.
That's
Take a
great.
right turn.
And we've
You're
had
on
people
the
take a
left-hand
left,
side.
and all of a sudden they're at the beach and saying, "Where are you guys?" Well,
Yeah.
it's the other way. So,
All right. Well, thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time,
okay.
Peter.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
Have a great holiday.
So, unfortunately, we don't have anybody here from feed Brantford kids, but I just want to give a moment, and I know you've had a lot of experience from the early days with them. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I think it was 2012 when Joanne Batani, who was a grandmother at that time, and she had retired. I think she was with one of the banks, and she had retired to help take care of her grandchildren because her family, the kids worked, and she noticed that her grandchildren, some of their elementary school friends, would come over and they would be really hungry. They weren't getting fed on the weekends. And she began wondering what that was about. And it turns out, and again, when I was in the legislature, I had to explain this to a lot of my colleagues, that everybody thinks we're, and we're a fabulous town, but we're on the water and everybody's rich and, thing. We have a large population of folks, thankfully, who are able to, in most cases, rent here. They can rent condos that the owners are no longer in, but they're renting them out. They can rent other, houses, rooms, that kind of thing. And they want to bring their children to safety. And they come here, they'll work a couple of jobs and all of that so that they can live in Brantford, Connecticut, and have their kids go to Brantford schools. But they're not rolling in money, and they're putting it all together and, paying for their housing and, all the kids' needs. And what they discovered, I think at one point it was 24% of these children qualified for the free and reduced lunch program. Now it's 34%. We have a large population of folks, and they're fabulous. And these kids are, they are really rising to the occasion with what they're finding in Brantford. Their safety and peace and joy and friends. But often when they go home on the weekend, there's no food. And so Mimi, thought, well, that's absurd. We need to create and she wanted to make it very, very, Ted Kennedy Jr. and I were among the first people she was really bringing on board to help promote it and hopefully get encourage some money for it. But she wanted to do it with dignity so that these kids weren't singled out and pointed out and become, So she started with all these fabulous, fun backpacks. And a whole bunch of us gave backpacks, and, larger and larger groups of people became acquainted with it and began giving backpacks so that they could quietly kind of fill them up with food as the weekends approached. But the kids, they were really cool looking backpacks, and they would go home and have food, and their families would have food. And, so it's really been a remarkable program and, something that we need to keep remembering, that we do have a diverse community, and we have, I was talking about to somebody else recently about this one young mother, and I can't remember where she moved in from, but it was a scary neighborhood in another town, and her little boy didn't want to go to school. And I think he was in the second or third grade. And she moved into Brantford and was renting a place so that he could go to the Sliney School. And he went to the Sliney School and he began making friends. And he began wanting to go to school. And he had been reluctant in learning stuff. His mother was trying to, really encourage reading and all of that. And she said suddenly he exploded with a need to learn. And he would come home and he would read to her. And, it started to make me all weepy just thinking about it and thinking about the change that has made in a child's life. And then the idea that you can also help, with a backpack full of food on the weekends. And, probably you start thinking about things through the summer and that kind of thing, too. And, so it's a really valuable program. And it's done in such a way as to respect the privacy of those children and their families, but to really be there for them.
Well, you can get more information about where they are now at info at feedbrantfordkids.org, but the website is obviously feedbrantfordkids.org. They do a weekend pickup for the kids and Business Park every Thursday from 5 to 6. But one of the things people can do, and I'm gonna take a lead on this, is bring some non-perishable food and drop them off at Town Hall at the Selectman's office, and I will bring that food and get that food to this organization that I think is doing great stuff. And when you're a kid and you're hungry, it's hard to get motivated to educate yourself. It's hard to be motivated to want to be involved in school for the right reasons. And it's unfortunate that, that is the case for so many people. So the best we can do is to just try to offer more support. And, so much of this is always centered around food, right?
Yeah.
So, we all, I know I do, I take it for granted, but, we're going to do what we can to help those kids. And that's, I think, is a great organization. And the Pantanis family has been around forever, and bless their hearts for doing this. So I think it's, Mimi's daughter is now taking it over.
That's
so
great.
I think it's a great thing. And some of the things that they use is like a pancake mix, which is water only, syrup, cereal, pasta, sauce, rice sides, pasta sides, cereal bars, granola bars, crackers, canned tuna and chicken, veggies, beans canned, meals in a can, juice, condiments, so low sugar items. So, that's definitely a way that people can bring that, like I said, to my office at Town Hall. We'll say hello, and we'll get it to the right people. But also go to feedbrantfordkids.org. So that's another great organization.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. It's great that you're opening up your office to do that too. So that's
Well, I have an office if you can't collect food
that's
for
right.
people.
Plus, you're in your center. There you are. So that works beautifully.
Another organization, the community dining room. They do great things. I was part of passing out frozen turkeys for Thanksgiving. I mean, there was a lot of turkeys, and they did really a great job getting the turkeys to people that used it. I know we dropped off, I think it was 70 frozen turkeys to the senior centers for seniors who may need help with the turkey. So I thought they did a great job. But they also are doing a toy drive that you can drop toys off up till December 12th at the First Selectman's office, my office. So I'm hoping as many of you can stop by and drop a toy off. Leave it unwrapped. I believe they do the wrapping, and then they'll pass it out. They adopt a family. Unfortunately, I believe the registration for that has passed. That was till December 1st. But you can call them to see how else you can get involved, because my wife and I were talking, and she said how she would love to volunteer in the community dining room, whether it's involved in cooking or doing dishes or serving people. I've done it in the past some years ago. So in order to do that, just give a call over to 203-488-9750. And that way, if that's something you want to do, because, I think sometimes people really like to connect, that personal connection when you're there and serving people. It really makes a difference for everybody involved, not just the people on the serving side, but the people receiving side. So, if that's something you're interested, call that number, and see if you can get involved because they do really great work over there.
It's amazing. And, when you think about, I mean, they create a joyful environment. And, so people are going through stuff. And yet there's this lovely kind of vibe that happens because the community members who are doing this, are very upbeat and really helpful. And, so it's a really nice interactive thing. And I remember during, I think it was 2009 or, the global meltdown that we had with bundled mortgages and everything just collapsed. And suddenly there were people there that they had no clue what it was like to not have a job. Construction workers, there were so many folks. They had no idea where to go, and then suddenly they were told about the community dining room. And so, you help all kinds of people, and it's a lovely, wonderful experience. Again, as you said, you really feel like you're communicating and you're helping and you're getting more back than you're giving, actually.
Right, and they're there. The community dining room is there for anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for me, I haven't needed it, but it's nice to know that if I was hungry and I needed it, I have a place to go, and I have been hungry and needed it in times in my life. I'm not there now, but it's really powerful that we can offer that as a community. And it's great that if you want to be involved, you can get involved and be a part of that process. So, the Volunteer Services Center as a whole is a source of pride for a lot of Brantfordites. And this is just a part of that. So it's really something to feel good about and, get involved with.
And I think, as you were talking, that they've started doing food deliveries a few years ago. And I remember them telling me that they suddenly realized that if, in many families, if a partner died, the one who cooked, the other partner, and then frequently senior citizens, but the other partner was starving and not knowing, having no resources, not even knowing how to begin. And so, the folks that come and help deliver certain foods are really important. So that's a good thing too. If somebody likes to drive and deliver and knock on a door and say hello to someone who may be alone and also may like a little conversation, that's a good thing too.
Well, my favorite part of the job so far, and I've only been on the job 2 weeks, but it's really just connecting with folks, like just meeting people on the street, talking to even the fellow employees. It's just been a wonderful experience for me. And yes, I'm a bit of a social butterfly, so I fit right into that role. But Brantford is unique in the fact that we have very differing demographics, but we can all just come together around these kind of initiatives and these kind of programs, and then we grow together, and when we come together, we're stronger together. So that's why I came here today, because I want people to come together. I want people to have the opportunity to come together, because in the end, it makes Brantford stronger, and it really makes all of our lives better. Way of life is the stronger it is, the better it is, the happier we are as individuals and as a community. So thank you for giving me this time, and I actually look forward to doing this more often. Just letting the people out there know what's going on in town. How can they get involved, whether it's some of the charity work, but also, we have a lot of boards and commissions that may be something that you're interested in, so you can come and be part of. So I look forward to moving forward, doing this for the people of Brantford in this way and in other ways. So, and again, my door is open, so come by and visit, but bring some food and bring some toys.
And they're not for you to play with or eat.
Fair enough.
You're going to deliver them. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you. That's great. And it's really great to have you as our first selectman.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so bye, everybody. And, listen to what was just said, because I think there's a big need to have as many people as possible interact with the wonderful work that's being done around town.